Hello all, I'm Dr. Homeopathy Khan, and I hope you're all doing well. There's an interesting story about a patient with the psychology of Cygnus Bewickii, a very cunning and calculative type. When dealing with such patients, you must be observant, watch how they make appointments, how they handle payments, and how they interact with you. Here's how it all unfolded. A nurse from Bombay Hospital visited me, suffering from a persistent fungal infection all over her body for the past 5 years. Being a nurse, she had already tried many antifungal creams and medicines, self-medicating in her desperation. Finally, exhausted and hopeless, she said to me, "Doctor, I'm fed up with this infection. You tell me, what should I do now?" Delusion wrong suffered. We prescribed her the remedy with just 3 doses. She felt better mentally almost immediately and assured me, "Don't worry about the payment. I'll pay you, but can I do it after 3 days, please?" At this point, it's crucial not to interrupt such patients. Let them reveal their true selves. It's worth mentioning that her sister, who came from a poorer background, was also our patient and had been receiving free treatment. After 3 days, this nurse came running back, seemingly in a state of panic, and began shouting loudly. I calmly asked her to sit and explain what was going on. She blurted out, "Doctor, I've become so fat after taking your medicines. My son even told me I'm looking too fat now." In my mind, I thought, gaining weight in just 3 days? That doesn't seem right. Curious, I asked, "How about your skin? Show me the fungal infection." Suddenly, her tone changed, and she said softly, "Oh, that's completely healed." I repeated, "The fungal infection you had been suffering from for 5 years is now completely gone. The medicine worked perfectly." She admitted it had, but then insisted, "Yes, madam, but I've become fat. I want to return your medicines." It was clear to me now, this was all an act. She wanted to return the medicine and receive our services for free, just like her sister. All the dots connected. She created a scene over getting fat in 3 days to avoid paying for her treatment, despite the obvious cure. Remember, we had already charged her only 1/3 of the actual cost for the medicines, but she still demanded to be treated for free, just like her sister. This is where we learn about the subtle psychology of such patients. They are manipulative and can create confusion with their behavior. You wonder, how could someone gain weight in 3 days, and why isn't she acknowledging the cure she desperately sought? Now let's analyze the case. During the case-taking session, the patient seemed hesitant but then said, "Doctor, can I tell you something?" I encouraged her, "Yes, go ahead." She paused, visibly uncomfortable, and then admitted, "I feel a bit ashamed to say this since you're not married." There was another moment of hesitation before she continued, "When I wake up from sleep, I feel this soreness, a lame feeling in my lower abdomen, as if I've been physically abused." I asked her to elaborate, and she added, "Not by any males in my house, but by a dark power." She then explained, "Doctor, it's like some unnatural force is abusing me physically. I feel like a heavy weight kept on me at that time." Rubric: delusion under a thick blanket. Sensation: trapped and suffocated. Rubric: delusion, trapped in underworld. The delusion of being trapped in the underworld symbolizes a state of deep mental entrapment where one feels stuck in a dark, chaotic realm of their own mind. It's like being caught in a loop of negative thoughts, fears, and illusions, unable to see the light of reality. This underworld is a mental prison, a place of inner turmoil where the person battles with unseen forces, struggling to break free from the shadows that obscure clarity and truth. How did she experience in that trapped feeling is that she can't move, as if paralyzed. Totally overpowered by dark forces. This same theme is observed in her behavior, how she returned her medicines. The plotting is so sharp you feel confused. What just happened? Is it true, just like this tiger? Moral of the story. The lesson here is to be aware of manipulative behaviors. Some individuals will go to great lengths to get what they want for free or on their terms, even if it means twisting the truth or causing a scene. They might not appreciate the positive results or acknowledge your efforts, but rather, they'll find any excuse to benefit without cost. When dealing with such people, stay calm, patient, and observant, allowing them to reveal their true nature. It teaches us to trust actions over words and to be prepared for unexpected twists when dealing with cunning personalities. So, by now you must be thinking, why Cygnus Bewickii? What made me choose this remedy specifically for such a cunning patient? Let me take you through the thought process. Let's start with a question. What was the key behavior that stood out? The main rubric from which we entered into this case was delusions is despised. Now let's study why. Patient said during case taking, I feel an overwhelming sense of disgust and self-loathing. When I look at myself, I think, what has happened to my body? It feels like an infection has taken over every part of me. Even when I change clothes in the hospital, I feel like someone is judging me, thinking how filthy I look because of this infection. It's like, lure. Rubric delusions is despised. Rubric delusion, she looks wretched when looking in the mirror. Brooding. Mind. Patient said, I wash my hands so many times, but why do you do that? I asked her. Because my skin disease makes me feel so dirty and gross, she replied. Mind delusion dirty he is. Analysis. Her delusion is that she is wretched and dirty, reflecting her intense obsession with cleanliness and fastidiousness. This is similar to how swans maintain their pure white feathers. Despite being surrounded by muddy water, they do everything they can to stay clean and attractive. Such patients are extremely concerned with their cleanliness and appearance. Her daughter-in-law and son neglect her, which makes her feel insulted. She keeps reflecting on her condition and the medication she's using, feeling frustrated that nothing seems to work. Delusion insulted he is. Mind forsaken, isolation sensation of. The main theme here is her deep sense of disgust and feeling despised by herself. Why does she feel this way? Her core conflict revolves around the loss of attractiveness. These repressed emotions surface in her dreams, where she experiences physical abuse. Patience in a conflict. In her dreams, she faces sexual perversity and abuse, symbolizing her fear and loathing regarding her own body and appearance. This reveals her internal struggle with feeling forsaken and isolated, further intensifying her feelings of being insulted and rejected. Rubric dreams sexual perversity. Dreams shameful. This is the end of the video. As we conclude, let us remember. We are truly blessed by our Creator to be homeopaths, chosen to heal and bring comfort through the wisdom of this remarkable field. Each morning, we wake with a sense of peace and happiness, knowing how deeply homeopathy touches lives and restores balance. Let this inspire us to continue our journey with dedication and compassion, always striving to learn and grow. May Allah grant us health, wisdom, and success in our work. May He bless our hands to heal, our minds to understand, and our hearts to be patient. Ameen.
सबसे पहले तो मिलादुन नबी नाम की कोई चीज शरीयत में है ही नहीं। ईद मिलाद नाम का कोई सबूत आपको खैरुल कुरून में मिलेगा ही नहीं। न प्यारे नबी ने, न सहाबा ने, न खैरुल कुरून ने, न मुहद्दिसीन ने, न इमाम ने। ये सब दौरे जवाल में ईजाद शुदा बिदाते हैं जिन्हें आज हमने दीन बना रखा है और दीन समझ रखा है। आज जरूरत है प्यारे नबी की शख्सियत और आपके पैगाम को सही तौर पहचानने की। आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने कितनी हदीसों में नहीं फरमाया, रास्ते से तकलीफ दा चीज का हटाना सदका है। रास्ते से तकलीफ दा चीज हटाओ। किसी भी मुसाफिर को, किसी भी मजहब वाले को तकलीफ देने वाली कोई भी चीज हटा के गुजरो, ये सदका है। और आज हम उसी पैगंबर के मीलाद के नाम पे जो जुलूस निकालते हैं, पूरे शहरों की ट्रैफिक जाम करते हैं, पूरे शहरों की ट्रैफिक जाम करते हैं। कितनी तकलीफ होती होगी। यहां तक हमें बताया कि उन्हें अस्पताल जाना था, उन्हें पता नहीं कहां जाना था, ट्रैफिक जाम हो गई जुलूस मीलाद की वजह। प्यारे नबी जुलूस, सबसे पहले तो जुलूस का कल्चर ही जो है नॉन इस्लामिक कल्चर है। इस्लाम में जुलूस निकालने का कल्चर बिल्कुल नहीं है मोहतरम भाइयों। नबी के नाम पे जुलूस निकाले जाएं और फिर लोगों की तकलीफ का बाइस बने, सुबह से शाम तक ट्रैफिक जाम रहे, ये उसवे नबवी नहीं।
हमने जुलूस निकाला, हमने रास्ते जाम किए, हमने लोगों की बद्दुआएं ली और हमने उन्हें उठा के बिठाया, उठो तुम भी जुलूस निकालो। हमें देखकर वो जुलूस निकाल रहे हैं। सुभान अल्लाह। क्या ये जुलूस निकालने से, क्या इस तरीके से जंग लगी हुई तलवारों को हिलाने से, काले पीले लाल झंडे हिलाने से और ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह का झंडा जिस पर कदम रखकर बैठने से, कलीमे की बेहुरमती, मोहम्मद के नाम की बेहुरमती, अल्लाह के नाम की बेहुरमती करने से क्या अल्लाह की रसूल की मोहब्बत साबित हो जाएगी? अल्लाह की कसम, एक जुमला बोल रहा हूं कसम खाकर, अगर मीलाद मनाना इससे नबी की मोहब्बत साबित होती तो अल्लाह की कसम हम सब میلاد مناتے ہیں. یہ محبت کو ثابت کرنے کا طریقہ نہیں ہے, الٹا نبی کی نافرمانی کا طریقہ ہے. عصر کی اذان مسجد میں ہو رہی ہے, یہ نماز چھوڑ کر جلسے میں شامل رہتا ہے چیخ مارتے ہوئے. کون سی محبت ہے؟ نمازوں کو چھوڑ کر بدعتوں کو کرتے ہوئے. اللہ عز و جل ہماری قوم کو اللہ ہدایت عطا فرمائے.